watch. But I said, okay, the same scolding I will give of my little girl, it will be the same scolding I give of boys. So if Sabelo or Spusiso sits in a funny way, I'll say, stop it, that's not how you sit properly. And I'll do it for Samu too. But I would not then, reprimand Samu for doing it because she's a girl. And I won't say, I try to be mindful, that's not how girls sit. How do girls sit? What is the way that girls sit? Or that's not how girls talk. Or my mom used to reprimand me for how I walk. Right? Because me na so. No, I just imagine if I can walk right. And I remember I got this new pair of shoes on a Christmas day, and I had stockings on, and my mom said I looked pretty, so I was supposed to walk like a girl, And when I was walking like this, and my mom hit me for walking like that. And I love my mom dearly, and she knows these things, but she did what she learned from her mother. So some of us here also do what we've learned from our mothers, but we come to this kind of talks so we can self-reflect in terms of, are we also pushing same old, or we need to start being different? Because I bet someone in here, something is not the same now with them, whether how they're going to view their children or how they're going to engage their children. Because also for me, people are quick to say, hold up. What label is that? He is not gay, he's nothing, he's just being. Because that's what, and I mean, my son loves Somizi, like 2 bits. And luckily I work with Somizi. So, and I'm like, but I wanted to say, but Jabona Uncle Somizi says he's gay. But that's me trying to be comfortable with what my son, so that people can see. Because we take it as a reflection of ourselves. But aren't you raising your son proper? Why is your son wanting this? It's interesting. And I went to India recently, and I was getting gifts, and my lovely friend over there, I was like, I don't know what to buy Sabelo, I don't know. And he said, well, buy him a blingy piece of material, because he likes bling. And when I came, he was so happy. Everybody got things made, food, but he got a piece of cloth. And he was like, oh, mommy, this is the best. What am I going to make? Because he also likes to design his stuff, right? And we were even discussing the colors. Like, what color should we get him? A pink, a purple, a blue? And I remembered what are his favorite colors. Because as much as we want to support our kids, but we don't also want to crucify them. Because the world is still a world that doesn't believe like the people in this room want to believe. The world is still cruel. He would come home cry because the neighbor's friend's mom or father kicked him out because he said, stop it, you're not going to be playing with girls. Get out of my house. What kind of boy are you playing with dolls? And he would come crying, or he would get teased on his way home or something like that. I constantly have to affirm my son that you are perfect as you are. People are uncomfortable, and yes, we live in a world that says, because from 5, he always used to irritate me. Mommy, girls like pink, boys like blue. Girls wear pants, boys wear, I'm like, no, Nana, you can wear anything. That's what people want to believe. To a point where when I'm buying clothes, I have to be conscious of him choosing what he wants to wear. But sometimes, like I said, the shoes, I wish maybe we will invent a size 9 shoe. Because remember, it's a big foot as well. It's a boy size. I mean, as in the physical structure of my son, he's a boy physically. So the size 9 shoes don't fit. And he doesn't like the boys' shoes. He doesn't. And I see it because he works barefoot. I mean, that clearly says something. Besides that his mother is a sangoma and probably he's also gifted. It's because what he likes is not on the market. And he wants to get into fashion designing. And I remember he wrote police officer the other day, earlier this. I'm like, you've never been wanted to become, and said, no, but teacher. I'm like, tell your teacher that your mommy says you can be what you want to become. So you're going to scrap off that police officer and write fashion designer. Because he's got a collection of top model, right? Because the teachers and everybody that interacts with my son, I'm not expecting them to change their ways of being, but I'm not going to ask my son to conform to them so they are comfortable. Right? We will find a way. So let's all find a way, because I don't know 10 years from now what we will call people with a different sexual orientation. There are people who say they are nothing. They just love being in love with human beings. Man, her, everything. Right? So let's not also hold on to just these terms. Because we have, like you say, we call them indigo children, who are born with their eyes wide open, who love my son, my little son. Day one, he was smiling. I knew that child was God. I was like, boy, you're a God. I look at him and I see God. I never knew what God was like until I had my last born. Because I look in his eyes and I see something magical. He says things that at one, he does things, he climbs stairs at one. He does magic. And I can either choose to allow for his magic to thrive or tame it because it makes me uncomfortable. And why does it make me uncomfortable? Because I'm diminishing my own magic. Remember that every time you become, whether it's your kids are your greatest teachers. They're here to teach you. They're mirrors for you. So if your son or your daughter or anyone of your children does something that makes you uncomfortable, ask yourself, what are they asking of you to self-introspect? What is the discomfort in you? Because when we speak of love, love is pure, it has no condition. That's why we can never define it. We've been writing books, we've been trying to do all of, love is pure. And love has no condition. So if you say you love your child, how dare you want them to be what makes you comfortable? That's not love. That's called something else. I don't have the term for it.